Okay, let's see. Hi all, my name is Iffix Y Santaph. I wanted to run through a playthrough of my new game Around the World in 80 Days for you. One of my players was saying she had a little bit of a struggle with understanding some of the rules, so I'm going to go through and kind of show some of the basics, and hopefully this will help to clarify a few things. So as it sits right now, Fog is in London. I'm starting at the 1 where the travel is. That actually has the, if you can get a close up here, it has the pocket watch symbol there. We're going to put a cube on that. And then there's finally a cube next to the elephant space, and that's got a bonus for us. And so in order to get to that, we need to get ourselves over to Colby. But right at the moment, we're going to draw 5 cards, or 3 cards, excuse me. I'm going to draw 3 cards. These are the cards that I received. 2, 5, 4. That's after a shuffle. The target value, conveniently enough, is 11, which we know 2, 5, 4 is actually a total of 11. I'm going to play the 4 first. I'm going to draw another card. Okay. And now I'm actually going to use that ace rather than the 5, because the ace will actually work as a 5, because the ace is worth 1 more than the value of the card that precedes it. So in this case, we're still at 9. I'm going to flip 1 more card. And I'm going to take the 2, and I'm going to put it there, and that is 4, 9, 11. Target value was 11, and so we're going to move that marker up 1 space on the travel bar, and then we're going to move this cube that represents Phileas to Suez. Okay. Now the last 2 cards are going to wind up getting shuffled back into the deck, and if you'll pause with me for just a moment, I'm going to show you the next round as well. Okay, and so pausing allowed me to reshuffle my deck, and so this time we're going to try and generate 13, and so I'm going to start with drawing 3 cards. Okay, so what we can do with that is we can take the 6, put it there, draw another card, and we're going to take the ace, put it there. 6 plus 7 is 13, the ace being 1 more than the 6, so that's 13. We're going to come down here, advance it up 1 more space, and take and come from Suez down to Colby. And then we're going to pause again so I can reshuffle, and we'll continue on. So I should mention that moving from Suez, the symbol at Suez was actually the steamer, and so that allowed me to collect my cards back from the steamer slot, and so I shuffled those back into the deck. I'm going to draw 3 cards. The goal to get at Colby is 15, and so right at this particular moment what I'm going to need to do is I'm going to need to start with a 5, hopefully get an ace on the next draw. Okay, there's the ace. Put it here. That gave me 11 because the ace is worth 1 more than the 5, so that's 11, and then we'll draw 1 more card. Fortunately I've got that 4, and I'll put the 4 there, and that generates 15. So I'll move forward 1 more space. Now I'm at the 3, and I jump down to Hong Kong. And so he'll continue on from there. He'll have an 11, possibly continue on to either Yokohama if he fails the next check, or international date line, one or the other. If he succeeds at generating the 11, which is a relatively simple value to get, the international date line will require him to play less than 8 in 3 cards, and then he continues around the board until he gets back to London. So there's nothing really special about what happened here. I wanted to mention, though, the Colby space allowed me to access this bonus. The bonus to the left allows you to now have 4 cards in your hand. If you look, you can see that there's plenty of cards still in the deck. The other allows you to have 2 of each, increase or decrease for 3 times. So, for example, if Phileas is here and I manage to generate 13, I could spend one of these to reduce it down to 11. Or if he is here at 15 and I needed to get 15 and I could only generate 13, I could spend one of those to increase it to 13. But I would only be able to use that ability once per location that he happens to be located in. If you do fail a target value by playing over it, you will still advance, but you will lower this cube down the number of spaces that you were over. That signifies that he arrived at his destination, but it took him too long. If you are under that value, you're going to move this down 2 spaces, but you won't be able to continue moving on with him. That'll signify that you didn't reach your destination. And so you continue on working toward your destination. Hopefully, you are able to do that without running out of cards, or without lowering yourself to this location where it's too late. So that is pretty simple, straightforward. I wanted to mention before I move on, the international date line, if you do succeed there, that has all 3 of those symbols, so you would be able to collect cards from all 3 slots and shuffle them back into your hand. So otherwise, I think that is just about it. Each of the symbols is here, each of the symbols is up there, and if you happen to succeed at reaching your target value directly, that's when you will take your cards from that section. In this case, it's the steamer. I would be collecting all my cards from the steamer, shuffling them back into the deck. So I think that is about it. If there's any additional questions, you can feel free to certainly text or leave me a message on my work in progress thread. Thank you very much.